I'd say just get any job you possibly can in the industry, and then I mean the important thing is just to meet everyone you can and have everyone looking out for you and you be looking out for them. I got my writer assistant job a couple years ago because a random friend heard about it, and it's like if that hadn't happened, I'd probably I'd be destitute. So it's really tough. It's the hardest job to get, and it's so much based on luck. But yeah, just meet people and work your way through it.
Also, PA jobs are really, really great. And anyone can get them. You don't need experience. You just have to be willing to work a lot of hours for a crappy paycheck. But it's like anyone. You start at the bottom of the totem pole. Like Joe said, you meet people on your way up, and eventually you build a network. But I mean, just as an example, after my internship, the first paying job I ever got in Los Angeles was fixing copy machines for a production company. I would be there and I would just be stocking the pens and fixing the Xerox, and I would talk to people every now and then, and clearly I was a big movie dork, and I'd be like, oh my god, did you see Lord of the Rings? It was awesome! Eventually from there people knew I liked movies, and then when an assistant job opened up, I applied for it and they knew me, and it's just, you just start rolling, you just work your way up from the bottom.
Would you recommend writing Lonely Girl 15?
What's that? Would you recommend writing Lonely Girl?
Would I recommend writing Lonely Girl 15? I actually, the first paying writing job I ever had was I wrote for a web series called Lonely Girl 15.
It's not as R-rated as
it's not like pervy at all. But that was actually a great exercise because I would have to write every single day. I'd have to write a 5-page script every single day, because what they would do is they would take a webcam and they would just shoot like these 5-minute segments that would air every single day during the week. So they constantly needed materials. So I was just a writing machine. I think at the end of the day I wrote over like 200 scripts for them. But that was a great learning experience as a writer, because even though it wasn't a very glamorous job and not a lot of people saw it or whatever, I learned how to become prolific, and I can apply that to white collar now, when we're on deadlines, and when I only have like 3 days to write a script or rewrite half a script or whatever it is. So
well, it became huge on YouTube. I mean, you can't say that never many people saw it.
Well, by the time I joined it, though, it was sort of after The Secret had been exposed, and it was a little while after they had their moment in the sun, but they still had a little bit of a viewership, so they kept it going. But toward the end, it wasn't so glamorous.
So I think I missed. How did you get onto that?
Oh, well, let me think here. I got pocketed by an agency, which is like, I was a writer's assistant on a show, and when you're at that level, sometimes junior agents approach you and they say, hey, since you're a writer's assistant, obviously you're an up-and-coming writer, I can pocket you right now. And what that means is, we're not going to officially sign you, but if a job comes across my desk, and I think you might be right for it, I think it might be opportune for both of us, I'll submit your material. So basically, I had someone who was willing to do that for me as a writer's assistant. And the Lonely Girl 15 job came up, and it was a very low-paying job, and obviously I wasn't an established TV writer or anything like that, but it was a web series, and I had samples, and I was willing to take the pay, and I was willing to work hard, and I was willing to make it my first writing gig, so that's sort of how that happened.
I think